Good morning, YouTube. It's early in the morning and I thought I'd have a little wander around the garden, and I thought you guys might like to come with me. So there's the drive coming onto our property, and this is the front of the house, and we've got some really nice white hydrangeas there, which are doing exceptionally well, because this is the east facing side of the house, and as you can see, we don't get a lot of easterly sun, early morning sun this side because of the trees. And we've got the garden sort of starts here. I can't get too close at the moment because the irrigation's on. So we created this bank sort of when we first moved in, and I've planted it all up. I'm not a, colour coordinated gardener. I sort of bung stuff in, and if it survives and it works and it looks good, it stays there. If it doesn't look so good, then it comes out. So that's that part, and this is a lovely area. The dogs love this area. Ruby loves that daybed. She loves going on there. There she is. Hello, Ruby. Hello, Ruby. So, back to the garden. Like I say, it goes in. If it survives, all well and good. So now I'm facing the south side of the property, so all our cold air and cold comes from the south. So that's why we've got that shade cloth, wind cloth up to protect the plants. And then we come around here, and this is the main part of the garden. You can see that. And we've got another bank. Now this was here originally, this bank, but I've strived to get some colour into it because it wasn't very colourful when we moved in. It was a lot of natives. That carpet rose is going over there, that needs trimming back, but other than that, it's all looking pretty good. So the bank goes around, and we got like odd sort of sculptures and garden ornaments around the place. So, and again, this is the front of the garden. So there's the patio, and nice window boxes. Really like those. I do like my pots. I like making up pots. I haven't done so many this year because it's difficult to keep them watered. This is all irrigated as well. There's an irrigator. My husband was really good at sorting all that out for me, because I'd be spending quite a bit of my time just watering. So, coming along now to the end of that bit, and I've got this gorgeous rose I'm coming up to. This is one of my favourite roses. It's going over now, but it is absolutely gorgeous, this rose. My neighbour gave me this just over a year ago, and it absolutely loves it here. It's got enormous, I've had to sort of push it back a bit with those, not very pretty, but I'm going to cut it down. It's at its first flush. It's midsummer here, so I'm going to trim it right down, and we will get a second flush because roses thrive in New Zealand. They love the dry conditions. So long as you keep it well irrigated, they'll give you months and months of blooms, which is great. And then we're coming along here, there's another carpet rose that needs trimming back. Another ornament, water bearer. And in here is a little sort of naturalised pond, which I bring on some of my pond plants in, but it's got a little bit wild at the moment. I need to tidy that up. And then we come around here, and then we've got the main pond, which needs a tidy up. I've taken my eye off the ball with this damn code, but this is the main pond, and it's got a waterfall. So the bridge was here when we moved in, but none of this planting, none of this was here at all, and there was just two great big muddy holes. So we created all the pond, and I've planted up. There was a couple of plants in, like that great big flax there, and there was the odd sort of plant here and there, but I've sort of really planted it up and made it look a lot prettier. Oh, here's Ruby again. So I'll go across the bridge now, so you can see into the pond. So there's a waterfall coming down through there. I don't know if you can see it. Needs cutting back. And the fish are all coming up because they think I've got some food. And this side, lots of water lilies. Obviously they're not open yet because it's too early in the morning. I've got a frog fountain. So that's that. Like I say, there's the patio over there. And around the front of the patio, I put dahlias. And they come up. This is their second year. So I'm really pleased with the dahlias. They give a great show, and we've just had to deadhead them all. But they're coming on nicely. And then we come around to the other side. We've got another huge display of pink roses. Again, they need trimming back. But I'm waiting for these lilies to flower. They're just poking out there. As soon as they flower, we'll get a decent bud on them. I'll put them in the house and enjoy them. And then we'll give the carpet roses a trim back. The wisteria, that is its second flush. Obviously it flowers in the spring, but if you keep it, all these wispy bits, I don't know if you can see them, these wispy bits, if you pull all these off, then it will give you a decent second flush. Not as good as the first one, but you know, a second one's reasonable. So that I have pulled some off. And if you keep pulling them off all summer, make sure that they don't come on, you'll get an even better flush next spring. So we're coming around now to what is our hot tub area. So that's in there, in the shade. We call this the shade house. We use that a lot because with all the gardening we do, we get lots of aches and pains at our age. And we got a nice little fountain there. Need to clean. There's a little bit of garden. And then we're sort of at the back of the pond area now. So we've got more paths and areas, lots of pathways coming through. So, looking good. Got lots of penstemons in the garden too, because they're easy. I love this purple one. It's really, really pretty. And as you see, looking back, there are quite a few dahlias. Dahlias are so easy to look after, and they put on a great display of colour. And the neighbour gave me those there, and they do really well. She gave me 1, 2, 3, and that pink one right at the front there. Neighbour's very good. She gives me quite a few plants. And she loves gardening too, so this is another favourite spot for Ruby. She's followed me over here. It's not another dog. It is the same dog. Ruby! She's ignoring me. She's saying, when you take me out for a walk. Right, so coming around again. Got lots of honeysuckle and a climbing rose. And this lamb's ears is really taken over. I've got to cut that back. Seriously, it's getting ridiculously out on the path, so I'll give it a good trim back. So we're at the back of the pond, back of the waterfall, and this is a nice shaded area. So this is where I've put all my hostas, and I've actually got trilliums. If you see them there, they're just going over now. Trilliums are spring flowering. I got a nice lily there. So this is the back area, and I'll go back around and show you the actual other bit as well. So just pause a moment. So back at the shade house. So then we got another path that goes around here. And lots of. We're trying to encourage this. Oh dear, it's fallen over in the wind. We do get a lot of wind here. It's quite bad sometimes. So I'm trying to encourage this clematis to go up in the tree. He's getting there. He's put on all that growth just this year because he was right down to ground level. So I find things in New Zealand grow twice as fast as they do in England because of the UV. I don't know why. This is my husband's espalier fruit trees. They've only been in 2 years. And believe me, when we got them, we chopped them right down. We chopped them right down to, just a foot of growth above the ground. And that growth is 2 years. We weren't expecting any fruit on them for at least 5 years. And I don't think we've got any fruit on them this year yet. But this is pears here. They're doing exceptionally well. And I must say, he's doing really well at keeping them trimmed. So we've got espalier pears. And we've also got apples around the other side. So, so this is another path going through at the very front of the property. This is going around. Oh, that wind's warm. We've got lots of seating areas in places. The plan was to take a rest and enjoy the garden. We do, but yeah, it's not very often. So lots of penstemons and daylilies, and I've got masses of rhododendrons because they put on great display, and they're easy to look after. This area we created ourselves. It was just some trees, so we had the trees chopped down, and I sort of planted down there at the bottom. So you'll see some of the tree stumps are still here, like this one here. We cut the centre out and I planted a grass in it. And it looks okay, because taking the tree stumps out would be an absolute nightmare. So we've just sort of disguised them really and planted around them, which makes it a lot easier. This shade cloth or wind cloth, that has been put up to protect us from the wind. Like I say, we do get a lot of wind, and some of the plants in here are they like a bit of shade, so even though I've got the dahlias and they're doing well, it still protects the rhododendrons and some of the plants that don't like full-on blazing sun. So this is this side with some more dahlias. I only put those dahlias in last year, and I must say I'm extremely happy with them. They've put on such a great display this year. And we've got that one there is huge, that dahlia, and I've no idea where I got it. So really pleased. So some of these maples will grow up hopefully and create a bit more shade, and then we may be able to take down the cloth, because we got, you know, a little bit of view. You can see just through there. That's the neighbour's paddock next door. So our fence line is out there where you see those tomatoes. So it goes on. Another gorgeous purple penstemon. Around her ear. And this area, put this area in as well. So some more penstemons. Not dahlias, rhododendrons. In this area. This is a great spot to sit when it gets really, really hot, because it's in lovely shaded with all the trees, and it is a nice spot because you sit on this bench. I don't know if you can see with the sun, but it's nice. These big planters I'm really pleased with. They've just got ferns and tree ferns in them, and they've come on really well. And then it sort of goes around the back of that big bank at the front. Now, every garden's got a challenging area, and this is mine. As you can see, it doesn't get hardly any sun at all, and it's full of pines at the back here. So it's a challenge. There was nothing here. There was just the odd few trees here when I moved in, and I'm trying to fill in the gaps with sort of woodland plants. So I've got the rhododendron is a woodland plant, and some of the other plants, but it's a challenge. Some things are doing well, so I'm inclined to let things that are doing well take over and double up on them, and other things aren't doing so well. It's all irrigated because it's extremely dry here. But as you can see, not a great deal grows. I put in some foxgloves and they're all looking a bit sad at the moment. I might have to turn the watering on in a minute. But I'm going to try and get it established. It's taken a while. Like that's doing well, so I don't even know the name of that, so I'll bring some more of that around. That Brunnera there is doing well. This red fountain. Some tree ferns are sort of struggling a little bit. But yeah, it is a challenge, this area. It's not looking its best at the moment. Oh, and that comes around. I usually tell how dry it is around here by this bird bath, and as you can see, it's dry. So I do need to turn the watering on back here. So that's looking pretty. I'm not sure what that is. I think it might be, I'm not sure. So, and we're back around the other side. And then if you go through here, it's our little secret entrance. Down there is the rest of our property, which is just woods, pine woods, and that's the other end of the drive. And if you can see all those rhododendrons on the right hand side of the drive, we put those in and they are doing brilliantly. So the drive will have a bit of colour, hopefully, when they grow up. And then down the other end, it's down the other end is the neighbours. And then ours is through here. So there, so I hope you enjoyed the garden tour. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you again.